Yo, what's happening, people? Back again. Gab goes in. What we saying? We good? So, Man United's January transfer deals. For me, as I said in the description, two players that I believe are essential that Man United do kind of sign in the summer. And again, I think these two players, for me, would revolutionise that left-hand side of the pitch. And for me, those two players are Nuno Mendes and Alphonso Davies. For me, I think Nuno Mendes might be a more easier deal to do, I would say. I know, obviously, Alphonso Davies is on a free transfer, but obviously there's been interest from Real Madrid. Obviously, there's been talk as well about him signing a new contract with Bayern Munich. And I think because of Man United's form as well, I think it might be a case of him wanting to, if he does stay at Bayern, obviously for Champions League football, or going to Real Madrid for the same reason. So it would have to be a good sell from Man United to try and get Alphonso Davies in. I would say in terms of the wages side of it, I think the wages won't be a problem. I think it'd be more of a case of convincing him to believe in a new project going on at Man United, and to obviously turn down the advances of a Real Madrid or signing a new contract for Bayern Munich. But for me, I'm going to speak on Nuno Mendes. Obviously, Nuno Mendes, 22 years of age. Obviously, was previously at Sporting Lisbon, has been at PSG over the last couple of years now. Obviously, had Ruben Amorim as his manager. And for me, Nuno Mendes is, I would say, in terms of left backs in world football, I'd have him in the top three, I'd say, in world football. I think you've got Theo Hernandez. Obviously, you've got Alphonso Davies as well. But I would say, yeah, Nuno Mendes for me is definitely in the top three best left backs in the world. I think someone like Nuno Mendes, why is essential for me to be signed. And I believe having him in that team where he can play, obviously, as a left wing back, but I think he can also play as a left-sided centre back. And again, I've mentioned before, as a left-sided centre back, you need to have pace in the wide areas. And I think having him there, will give confidence to the team that there's someone there that can defend the wide areas. You know, he's decent in the air as well. So I believe that signing someone like him would be a good bit of business. If he is not going to sign a new contract at PSG, I think United should definitely try and test the resolve there and try and see if they can get him in. Obviously, there's been talk that he does want to come. And obviously, having Amorim as his former manager is going to be a big help as well. And I'm hoping in January, United, obviously, I'm not going to talk about the players that need to be moved on, because I think it's very clear who does need to be moved on. But I think in January, United do need to make attempts to try and get Nuno Mendes. And for me, getting Nuno Mendes in would show that the club are moving in the right direction for me, you know. And again, a signing for the future and a signing for now. I think in terms of signing Nuno Mendes, I'll probably say United will have to part with, if his contract's running down, I would say possibly between 35 to 45 million. I'd say anywhere in between that. I think United could possibly get Nuno Mendes with his contract running out if he's not going to sign. And obviously, PSG are going to want to at least make some money on him. So I think he's someone that can be got. And for me, the kind of state that the team is in, he's a must. He's a must signing. You know, as I said, can play left wing back, but also will be adept at playing left centre back. And again, obviously, if United did want to change to a 4 at the back, obviously can play left back. So that whole left-hand side of the pitch, Nuno Mendes can cover all three of those positions, in my opinion, you know, and an essential signing. Also, along with Alphonso Davies. Obviously, Alphonso Davies is 24, so 2 years older than Mendes. But I think the way that Man United want to play with the 3-4-3 system, having someone who can dominate that left-hand side of the pitch. And again, I think someone like Alphonso Davies will be crucial in this system to play as a wing-back, because if you've got your number 10, your inside 10 from the left, having an overlap like an Alphonso Davies, who obviously is a pace and power kind of player, having him just bombing up and down that wing, and having your number 10 that can solely focus on creating, you know, coming in field, getting shots off, you know, playing the passes. Having someone like Alphonso Davies would be crucial, because he can occupy that side of the pitch, and that will give more freedom to your inside 10 to obviously do what they got to do. Obviously, my ideal number 10, obviously, is someone like a Florian Wirtz. And imagine having a combination of Nuno Mendes as the left-sided centre-back, Alphonso Davies as the left wing-back, and then Florian Wirtz as the inside 10, you know. Yeah, big up, Nick. Big up. Just going through the two players that I think are essential for Man United to sign. And for me, that is Nuno Mendes and Alphonso Davies. So Nuno Mendes, obviously left side centre back, and can play as a left wing back as well. And Alphonso Davies, you know, I think two players there that I think if United could sign, I think you're looking at for the next 10 to 15 years, I'd say, you've got that left hand side sewn up, in my opinion. Obviously, both athletic, you know, both are fairly good on the ball as well. You know, I think obviously Alphonso Davies isn't great defensively, but obviously in this system, his job will just be to support the attack, you know, and with his pace and power, that'll be essential in this system. And then with Nuno Mendes, obviously Nuno Mendes is for me, he's better defensively than Alphonso Davies, but also very good going forward. You know, both players have a lot of pace as well. So I think the way that Amorim would want to set up, having those two players would be perfect. You know, I do like Aït-Nouri as well from Wolves. You know, I do like Theo Hernandez from AC Milan. I think Aït-Nouri might be a bit difficult to get, especially in January. I think January, because you've got Alphonso Davies in the last, 6 months of his contract, and looking like he might not sign a new one. I think obviously Man United can go and speak to him right now. So, and I'm hoping they are actually making attempts. Whether United can try and get him or not is a different story. But I think to show the intent, you know, even if Alphonso Davies turns around and says, look, he either wants to stay at Bayern Munich or go Real Madrid, at least United should try and show some intent to try and show the fans that they mean business, you know. And again, with Nuno Mendes, his contract's running out, so United can try and make a bid and test PSG's resolve. And obviously, he's got his former manager there as well. So, but yeah, I think with Theo Hernandez, I think he'll be a bit of a difficult deal to do. And as I said, with Aït-Nouri, because it looks like you got Aït-Nouri and Cunha, who are two targets for most clubs in the league. I believe only one of them might go in this window if that was to happen. So they might be a bit difficult to do. Again, I like Kerkez as well, but I think with Kerkez, again for Bournemouth in January, they're not going to want to lose him. So you're looking at 50 million at least, I would say, for Kerkez. I don't think anyone will get him for less, purely because it's in January. But the reason I want, obviously, Alphonso Davies and Nuno Mendes is because of the pace and power to kind of lock off that that side of the pitch. Nuno Mendes for me will be the replacement that should have been in years ago for Luke Shaw. I like Malacia, but I think if you can get Nuno Mendes and Alphonso Davies, I wouldn't be adverse to Malacia moving on, providing you get those two players in. You know, again, unless Malacia wants to stay as backup to, because I think in actual fact, I would actually keep Malacia. I think if Man United could get Nuno Mendes and Alphonso Davies as the left side centre back, and and then the left wing back, and then you've got Malacia that can back up both positions, because I think Malacia can play as a left-sided centre back as well. I think having those three is a good combination there, you know. And again, you won't really have to worry about reinforcements if you can get those three in. Obviously, Malacia still being there, and I'm happy with Malacia being the backup. But having Nuno Mendes and Alphonso Davies as those options there, and I'd look at Nuno Mendes and Malacia that can both play the same position in the sense of playing as a left side centre back or as a left wing back, and then Alphonso Davies purely would play as a left wing back, you know. And then I think, as I said, with the formation that Amorim likes to play, having a wing back like Alphonso Davies, having an actual winger on the right hand side, I think that will change Man United's attacking dimension as well. So yeah, I'll be happy with that. Guys, let me know if you feel there's any other players that you think United should be targeting. I think those two there are the most obvious standouts for me. And I think that will be a game changer for Man United if they can get those two in. Again, two deals that I would say are not impossible to do, you know, but I think especially in Alphonso Davies' case, it's going to be more of a, does Alphonso Davies see Man United moving in a direction that he would like to go in quickly? I think Nuno Mendes, the fact that he's got his old manager there, might be a bit of an easier sell, but I definitely think the Davies one might be a bit difficult. But we have to wait and see. But January, Man United have to sign. You know, they have to sign. They have to remove players. Again, the two players that, for me, that would be crucial to move out would be Marcus Rashford and Garnacho. I think those two need to be essential to be moved out. I think in terms of the, with Marcus Rashford, the profit, you know, the full profit from obviously being an academy graduate. And then obviously Garnacho as well, again, coming through the academy. So I think those two to be moved on would be great, really. Obviously, there's Casemiro as well. I think Casemiro will go at the end of the season anyway. Whether he goes in January or not, I'm not too sure. But I think he definitely goes end of the season because of his wage. But I think, yeah, if Man United can free up those three players, obviously because of the 100% profit and the wages that obviously Rashford and Casemiro are on, and that will free up the funds. You know what I mean? I think United need to kind of do this. And then in the summer, I'll be looking at moving on the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Rasmus Højlund, Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount, I think he's been a nothing signing, needs to be moved on. Again, Luke Shaw, another one that'd be difficult to move on, but hopefully the club can look at doing things like that. Obviously, Lindelof will probably go on a free. Will definitely go on a free, I'd say. Same with Christian Eriksen. So yeah, Man United could be moving on quite a few players, but and to be fair, I trust Ineos to do this. You know, I know there's been a lot of criticism about Ineos, but I think we have to wait and see, especially in January and the summer window, to see what Ineos's plans are, because at the moment they've shown that they've been ruthless. You know, but I think the window is where it counts, and obviously January the 2nd today. I hope that Ineos can kind of make some moves on, especially two of the players that I've been speaking about. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's my take on that. Obviously, I'm going to do my preview tomorrow for the Liverpool Man United game. So I'll be on at 12:30 tomorrow. And again, not expecting too much from the Liverpool game, if I'm honest. You know, if Man United get a draw, you know, I think it'll be a miracle, if I'm honest, with the current form of both teams. I would say, you know, it's not impossible for United to go there and get a draw, but it's looking unlikely, you know, because of obviously the morale of the squad. You know, obviously a lot of players ain't good enough as well. But yeah, no, I would say that, yeah, it's gonna be a tough watch. Obviously, the game's on Sunday. I expect Liverpool to win the game, especially because they're at home. But I think, again, January for me is going to be crucial to see what Ineos do. If Ineos happen to go through this window without signing not one player, I think the intentions there will be clear that this Ineos board ain't serious. But I believe they're going to get the manager something, you know. And again, moving players out will be essential as well. So we'll wait for that. But yeah, guys, catch me tomorrow at 12:30 for the Liverpool Man United preview. I'm going to give you my team selection, which again, a few players were out injured. It's pretty obvious that they're going to come back in as well. So yeah, catch me tomorrow at 12:30. Subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. Smash that like button, guys. Obviously helps with the algorithms to reach out to more people. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 12:30. Take it easy.